Hi everyone, Rigiblend here, and well, in this 3 video series, we're gonna be having some fun with destruction. So, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, first two videos we're gonna be using salt fracture method, and well, in the last video we're gonna be treating the molecular script in Blender. And well, at the end of this video, you should learn how to make something like this. Okay? And well, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell because I really love that. And with that said and done, let's jump right into it. Okay, here we are in the amazing world of Blender. So what do we do first? We move this up, hold down control, snap it over there, scale on the Y, and well, let me just zoom out a little bit. As you can see, this big box over here, I'm gonna be using from here to this point. Yeah, something like this. So we're just gonna scale this on the Y to reach this. Yeah, and I'm just scale this on the Y to reach the two edges. Then we're gonna change this to 3D because it's in the middle of a scene. Let's go on the Z and it reaches the top. Okay, let's change it back to individual origins. So this is the fun stuff. We're gonna be using annotation. Change this to surface, and now we can draw out where we want our cracks to be. Everyone's cracks won't always look the same because different people have different drawing abilities. Okay. Well, me, I'm really bad at drawing. Okay. So, just gonna try and draw cracks, put some dots. And where you want it to crack the most, just draw more cracks around that. And it'll load up. I'm just gonna be drawing anywhere and scribbling around this path over here. Yeah, and it's done. Okay, and as you can see, it's on this surface. Yeah, I should have shifted this camera away from when I was doing it. Well, that's not actually a big deal. Okay, so just gonna draw down around the edges if you like. Okay, now to the fun stuff. Right to the fun stuff. First, we go to edit preferences and get this cool add-on enabled. I'm just yeah, it's called the cell fracture add-on. As you can see, I have it enabled. You can go save preferences. I've already done that, and well, let's click F3 and typing cell fracture. Click enter. Then you can go to annotation pencil, make a collection, pieces. That's what I'm gonna name this, and source limit is gonna change this to about 200. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the rest at default. So we're gonna click OK and let it do its thing. Okay, it's done. You can see this jittery effect. So first, for now, we're just gonna be disabling this normal cube, like this. And now there's no jittery effect to make the annotation pencil to disappear. Of course, you don't want that in your scene, just the note. Easiest way, minus, and it's gone. As now you can see all these cracks on your mesh. Looks pretty cool, right? And now, let's just go ahead and change to our selection tool, selection box, and add in a cube. This is we are playing like a plane. Yeah, let me just see plane. Yeah, and scale top, shift Z, scale shift Z, scale on the Z axis till it's like the bottom of this. And let's hit play, and nothing happens. Okay. Okay, so now let's pause that and let's give it some cool stuff. Let's allow some cool stuff to start happening. Okay, so go down and add a rigid body. Pretty cool. Okay, that was lame. And then we go to pieces and select objects. Then we go object, then of course to rigid body, then go copy from active, because you see this orange around the active piece that we nothing happens because this surface doesn't have the rigid body component. So we're just gonna give it rigid body, passive, and more friction. About okay, we're starting to see some cool stuff happening. Okay, this looks pretty cool. As now we just copied everything that was like 1 kg. Yeah, everything is now 1 kg. So we want everything to be their relative mass according to their shape, or like let's say their, yeah, the amount of space they occupy. Yeah, like this brick should be heavier than this brick. So we're going ahead to calculate the mass. So select all that, your object, then rigid body, then calculate mass. So in this video, we're going to be using glass broken. As you can see, it's calculated mass and everything has their original mass. As you can see, this is now 9,058 kilograms, while this small piece is 991 kilograms. Looks pretty cool. Okay, next. We don't want it to start falling immediately we begin the simulation. We want to be like affected by something. So what we do is just to go down here and go to dynamics. Under dynamics, deactivate, start deactivated. Yeah, as you can see, start deactivated means it's gonna be like let me see, started. As it starts, it's gonna be just there. So it goes object, rigid body, then copy from active. And now it has copied the same mass, so we need to calculate our mass again. Simple. To like I have these two selected now. I want to get rid of one. Just control and yeah, it's gone. So object, rigid body. Yeah, yeah. Select everything here. Now control, then object, rigid body, calculate mass according to glass broken. And everything's back to its correct mass. As you play, nothing actually happens. So now, let's add in a circle. This one it starts getting a little bit, well, stuff like that. So we have to move this out of our scene. And to make this smooth, let's add a subdivision surface modifier. increase the viewport to 2, and apply. I'm using the latest version of Blender. Okay, so now we'll go down here and add rigid body, change this to animated, and increase this I think to 2. Then let's go ahead and animate it. Okay, jump to the first keyframe, hit I, and on location, move to maybe 20. Then move your object, I, location. Then as we play, pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty sick. For me, how I got that my cool animation, I just scaled this up a lot bigger. And as you can see, this is where I took my picture from. Pretty cool. Okay. You could go ahead and make it to like swirling around and just like copy this, do it down to 40 and Control V it. So you to move back, forward, and back. Yeah, if you like that. Okay. Okay, to up the animation a little bit, I'm just gonna go over to the world and change these on the rigid body world sub steps to about 20. Yeah, it makes it slower, but it makes it better. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. This should be it. Now it's just to apply some materials. Okay. So I'm just gonna scale this up a lot. Shift D. Rotate on the y-axis 90. Then just make it like a building for this. Shift D. Yeah. Shift D on the X. Rotate on the Z 90. And duplicate it once again and place it down here. Okay, it's time to add our lights. So our light is gonna be an emission. If this clipping, you see this clipping a lot and it's interfering what you're doing, just increase this a lot. Yeah, but not until you does all this jiggery weird thing. Okay, that. Okay, so now time for the lights. Gonna add a cube. I'm just gonna be doing that forward slash. That's what you pressed. Skill Shift Z, then tab into edit mode. Yeah, face selection, insert, and extrude it inside. Let me try something. Extrude. Okay. Nope, I'm not gonna be doing that. Let's go on the Z, and let's give it its emission material. So we're just gonna add a material. Yeah, principal, then add new one, which is gonna be emission. Yeah, assign it, increase it to any number like 700. Then let's test it in our scene. Forward slash, move it up. Skill, skill top, skill. Yeah, pretty cool. Jump it. Emission is not. I don't think emission is supported by the EV, so we're just gonna be deleting our light, and you see it completely turns black. So we go and change this to cycles. Looks pretty cool, but we need more lights. I don't want it to be like just one light in the scene. So yeah, we're gonna move this down and just make it an array of lights. Move this to the edge here. Yeah, that's one light. Gonna add an array modifier. Array. Increase this. And nope, minus, yeah. And increase the value. I think I'm gonna increase this a bit and decrease the value. Okay, so now shift D on the X, on the Y, yeah. On the Y, continue, shift D on the Y. 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 Okay, now easily we can just click one of these and turn down that emission value. It's too much. Now for our materials. Okay, I'm gonna change to solid mode. Okay, select all our barriers and give them material to actually apply to all of them. So there's a new I think there's a method of easily doing this without going to the shading tab. I'm gonna mix shader over here. Shader 1 will be principled, and where is it? Yeah, shader 2 is principled. Wait, no, shader 1 will shader 2 be glossy, and shader 1 will be principled BSDF. For the glossy, I'm gonna increase this. And for the glossy, we're gonna increase the roughness materials. And this is the same thing I'm gonna apply to our fracture. Okay. Deselect circle, and yeah, it's on our fracture. Next thing, we're gonna be coloring our circle. You can color it any color you want to. I'm just gonna be giving it a hot red. Red looks cool. The floor, add a principled shader, make it black, and play the animation. Control Alt 0 on the numpad to snap the camera to the view. And I think this camera is sick. We need to increase our end value. Yeah, lock camera to view. Check that. And position the camera where you want it to be. And don't forget to put on our motion blur. Yeah, and hit the camera and put on depth of field. Select our circle. F-stops 0.3. I think that's it. Animation again. And camera. And we need to delete our default cube out of the scene. Okay, I think that's it. And well, that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like to see all the blend tricks like this one, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell. And on that, I'll see you in a future video.